What's up, y'all? It's your girl B Octavia, and I am back with another video. Welcome to my channel. If you are new, my name is B Octavia. I'm 23 years old and I'm from Washington DC. Today will be a Alpo video, and this is where I'll leave it for now. If you do not know, I cover a lot of DC street legends. I have talked about New York ones too. And I will be spanning all across the nation. But I have to start in my city, East Coast vibes, and then I'm going to move on, okay? So, with me doing this, I'm going to make this disclaimer or statement or whatever right now. Yes, I'm 23 years old. And this is my channel. If you have a problem with what I post, then you can move to the left. We moving right. You can click out of this video right now. I'm tired of the negative comments. You know, you can keep that. And if you gotta type "I'm not a hater," you a hater. But I'm gonna move on to what I'm speaking on. Now, Alpo. A lot of people call him a rat, and that's because he cooperated with the feds. He turned informant, okay? A lot of people call him that. And one thing that I want to say, and that's important to note, is that he snitched before he cooperated. And it speaks volumes on what stage he was in at that moment in time. I have spoke on him being shot and almost getting kidnapped. You can check out the video on why I say kidnapped, but the link will be below. But the night that he got shot, had no protection at all, was actually with the ops, you know what I'm saying? Trying to be cool with the ops, and what happens? Op shit happens, okay? You're trying to be cool with the enemy, and unbeknownst to the other people in your crew, that's what you were trying to do. And karma works that way, you know what I'm saying? Things speed up, and you got shot because you shouldn't have been doing what you was doing. Speaking on him fleeing with the gunshot, he's in the hospital and he has all these tubes and all of this, and he thinks that he's going to die. Now, when thinking that you are going to die, there is a such thing called a dying declaration. And that dying declaration is actually a law. And it is put in place so that in your very last moments, you can tell who shot you. You know what I'm saying? You can say the name and talk about the situation before you die. Now, this situation, him getting shot and him speaking to police, was not a dying declaration, okay? Him speaking to police, he was talking about everything that had to do with everything other than him getting shot. That's not a dying declaration. He named names. He talked about murders. He talked about what he was doing and how much weight he was moving, everything. He connected the dots for the police before he even started cooperating. I listened to the tape of the deceased FBI agent, and he spoke on how the police had this task force that was aiming towards the gangs within the city and trying to really pinpoint who was in charge of what and all of these things. He also spoke on how clueless they were and how they really couldn't put those names to those crimes and those murders. They couldn't link it until Alpo Martinez connected it before they even built the case for real. And then what happens? And then, ladies and gentlemen, the next day, the police go back to talk to him, and he is nowhere to be found. So you mean to tell me you thought you was dying for real that night, and then by the next morning, you was okay enough to walk out of the hospital? Are you serious? You really serious? See, this is my thing, and this is what I think. I honestly think that with him being on the medication and everything, it pushed the truth out. It not only pushed the truth out on how he felt and wanting to expose it all, but it pushed the truth of him getting tired of his own bullshit. It pushed that out. That's what I see. Because you couldn't have thought you was dying that much. The drugs pushed the truth out of you getting tired of the bullshit that you created. You created all of this. Every single last scenario you created. A lot of this shit wouldn't have happened if you wouldn't have came back to DC. And it makes no sense of how you ran from New York and gonna tell the shit that you did in New York. Like, I don't get it. You ran from New York. What, did you think somebody was gonna kill you in New York? But then you come down here and you do all this shit. You tell about this shit before you even start cooperating. Then you get caught. You start cooperating. And then after you get freed, you go back to New York to be the man. Why didn't you just stay in New York? But it really tells me that he was just tired, very, very tired of the shit that he created, the drama. Yet again, your name was coming up in every single scenario, and a lot of that is because you couldn't keep your mouth shut. You told on Big Head Gary in the club. I'm saying it like I was there. But anyways, it's like people can't forget this shit, you know? Cause I don't use the word rat a lot. A snitch is a snitch. But we have to remember that, you know, a motherfucker that likes to talk is gonna start talking and is gonna start cooperating before you even think that they started cooperating. Like, you gotta open your eyes, okay? And honestly, I feel like Wayne Perry and all of them should have questioned him on that. Like, okay, we didn't come up to the hospital because we know that we're going to be questioned about it. Any gunshot victim is going to be questioned by the police, by detectives. So, you talk to them, what did you say? And then that's when the distrust is really supposed to start happening, but it didn't. Sadly, it really didn't. And like I said, it's with money comes a smoke screen. You, like, the people around you really don't see how you moving for real. They don't see the person that you really are because of the money that you have. And that's really why I don't trust a lot of people. It don't have nothing to do with money. It's the characteristics of a person that you really have to be mindful of. I say all that to say he snitched before he snitched. And who knows who else he set up behind the scenes. Gary could have got set up. That's why he was running from them niggas. Okay. Right before he got killed. So it's just like, you got to be mindful of that type of shit. Wayne Perry should have had his eyes open. But it all comes down pretty hard on the workers. So if you're a worker and not a boss, just be mindful of where you'll end up. In Wayne Perry's position or in Big Head Gary's position. Both of them got fucked over. One of them dead. It's your girl, B Octavia, and I will see y'all in my next video.